Welcome back to Cooking with PRTC. I'm your host, Mark McRoy. Today, we're gonna stick with the holiday season, or the fall, if you will, and we're gonna have a pumpkin crunch. It's a full cream cheese, pumpkin, eggs, dessert. There's nothing healthy about it, but you're gonna love it. Come on back and we'll get started. Start with, what we're going to need is a can of pumpkin, and any can will do. Del Monte, Heinz, Dole, I don't care. All right, we're going to start off with 3 eggs. And as always, if you're baking and you have a friend with a chicken, get fresh eggs. It makes all the difference in the world. Cannot emphasize that enough. These are compliments of Reuben Myers, friend of mine in smokes. Turn those little things around, let them get all nice and mixed up. Doesn't take a whole lot. After all, it's just an egg. Okay. Can of your pumpkin. And I know they come in different size cans. There's one recipe that says a 15.5 ounce can or whatever. Give me a break, it's half an ounce. If it's a 16 ounce can or a 12 ounce can, it's just gonna be a little bit more pumpkin-y or a little bit richer. It's not a big deal. Okay, I'm gonna use a can of evaporated milk. Find our little mixer and put it back on there. I neglected to say we're gonna add we're gonna preheat the oven at 350 degrees. Cup of sugar. Okay. And since it is the season, I'm gonna put a little cinnamon in there. If you're feeling a little bold, you can try nutmeg as well. Cinnamon's just fine, and it has a wonderful flavor. We'll get our little season going here. This stuff is so, if you like cheesecake, this is great. And again, it's just Halloween, the fall, this is perfect. It makes about a 13 by 9 inch dish. You're gonna have enough to share with your friends. It's simple, and they're gonna say, gee whiz, he knows how to cook. We'll mix this up, let that sit right there. What we're gonna do here is line this with parchment paper. If you have wax paper, that's fine. Just center it over here and gently press it into the corners. Fold it. And if you have a knife or if you have a pair of scissors, you can trim it. It's not going to make that big a deal, but it does make it neater. Okay, I think we'll trim that a little bit. Okay. If you do use the wax paper instead of the parchment paper, put the waxy side up. If not, it melts into your dish and it just makes it a little bit aggravating to clean. Okay, there. That's all nice and mixed. This already tastes great, folks. All right. Again, right in the middle. Okay. This is where you make your friends, if they're not scared of raw eggs. Okay. As you can see, it's mixed up. Fold the edges down. It's not going to make that big of a deal. Okay, it's a little soupy. We're going to take a yellow cake mix. Any kind of yellow cake mix works. Duncan Hines, Betty Crocker, the generic one from whichever store you go to. But all we're going to do is take this not cut our finger. Okay. And when we do this, I like to use a sifter. What this does, it just spreads it out and keeps it from getting clumpy. It does take a little bit longer. Get us a spoon, level this out a little bit. I don't usually advocate the use of boxes, cake mix, but this and my brownies, I swear, is about the only thing I'll use them in. But it works good. Okay. Now, we got that. I'm going to push that aside for a second. We're going to grind up our walnuts, melt some butter and put on top of this, and then we're going to come back, we'll get it in the oven, and we'll get ready for it. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Dr. Aaron Ard, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs at USC Salkehatchie. My Salkehatchie is the faculty. We have University of South Carolina faculty, each approved by his or her respective Columbia department. When you take English or mathematics at USC Salk, you get the same course, same credit, with the same quality professors as USC Columbia. Exactly the same. And our faculty have degrees from all over the world. University of Dublin, University of Washington, University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Auburn University, The Ohio State University, Vanderbilt University, and Cornell University. Our faculty are not only great teachers, but they also are held to the university standards of research and service. Research areas include breast cancer cures, wetlands protection, and economic analysis and prediction. Service includes working with local historical groups, theater groups, international student and community groups, and much, much more. Salkehatchie is the University of South Carolina, with all of the academic distinctions that come with the word university. I hope you will come be a part of my Salkehatchie.
Welcome back. What we're going to do now is take a cup of pecans, and if you don't care for pecans, you can use walnuts. It doesn't matter. If you're feeling froggy, mix them up, try them both. And just like everything else, if you can find them fresh, they're going to be better, and it does make a difference. Okay. Now, we've got our cake mix, our just plain old yellow cake mix, our pecans, eggs, sugar, cinnamon, all put in there together. Now comes the good part. 2 sticks of butter melted, and all we're going to do is spread it even. You can spoon it if you want. This works perfectly fine. Just as evenly as you can. Try to get it in the corners. And you think that's a lot, but I'm telling you what, when it comes out, it is just about perfect. This is good for Thanksgiving, it's good for Halloween, it's good for Christmas, and you can have dessert here for at least 24 people because it is very, very rich. Okay. We're going to put this in the oven, preheated at 350 degrees, center rack. Set our timer for 55 minutes. We'll be right back, invert it and let it cool, and then we'll get started on the icing. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, this is Uncle Miles Crosby with I-93.7, and I hope you'll join me weekday mornings from 6 until 10 every Monday through Friday, featuring The Swap Shop, where Greg and Beth join me from 8 until 9 to help you sell, buy, or swap something. 782-9254 is the number if you'd like to be a part of The Swap Shop. We'd love to hear from you. Keep that same number handy as we go at 9 o'clock into the All Request Brunch. If you got something you want to hear, we'll serve it up on the menu from 9 until 10. 782-9254. When it comes to sports, we got your sports action. Local high school football every Friday night during the season. Greg Pryor and the boys bringing you that action. And of course, Clemson football, some of the best college football right here at I-93.7. And when it comes to racing, we've got your NASCAR action. All this and more. Once again at I-93.7, and of course the best of the 90s, 2K, and today at I-93.7, the Low Country's hot hits. I hope you'll join us every weekday morning from 6 until 10.
Hey, cake is done. I wish you were here to smell it. It is absolutely fantastic. My whole house smells like pumpkin and sugar and pecans and butter. The great thing is when you take it out, your glasses fog up. Oh my goodness, this is fabulous. Okay, we're gonna close this. We have to let this cool for about an hour, unfortunately. Then we'll invert it, make our icing, put it on it, and let it sit. Again, you let it sit in the refrigerator, it can sit overnight, or you can serve it when it's ready. But we're gonna come back, let this cool some more, and we'll ice it. We're gonna get started on our icing now. A full big container, and when I say a big container, I mean the 16 ouncer. And the recipe calls for 3/4 of it. I'm gonna suggest that we use the whole thing. And instead of starting off with that, I'm gonna use the cream cheese first. 8 ounces of cream cheese. I know at this point it's kind of silly considering all the stuff we're using, but if you wanna cut some calories out, the new Farfel cheese is like 1/3 less fat. 1.5 cups of confectionery sugar. I would say you could sift it, but considering the last episode I had was sifting, I'm going to skip that. Put this in our blender. Add that. Bourbon vanilla. Absolutely fantastic. About 1 ounce. That's all we need. Let that get a little bit mixed up. I pre-soften the cream cheese. When I mean pre-soften, you can leave it out 6 or 8 hours, or you can just take it out of the aluminum foil, always a key thing. Put it in a Pyrex dish, stick it in the microwave for about 1 minute. That is wonderful. Goodness gracious alive. Nothing better than just pure cream sugar and cream cheese. Except when you add whipped cream. Goodness gracious. Okay. If you want to make your own whipped cream, I recommend it. You can control the consistency of it a little bit better. It can be thicker or thinner, depending on how you want it. And it also has a great flavor. But the recipe calls for this. And just for grins, we're going to put that in there. That's good. You don't have to put it on high. You're just kind of folding it in. So a low mixture, almost like you were folding in egg whites. So a low speed will be fine. Okay. That's all we want. Just to get it nice and fluffy. If you got kids or even adults who have a really big sweet tooth, this is time to make friends. Okay, take that off. Fold it one more time. Sampling is always encouraged. That way you have to know whether or not you want to put something else in it. Okay. That's what we're looking for. Nice, thick finish. We're going to put this in the refrigerator, and when our cake is finished in about the cake's finished. We're gonna let the cake cool off for about 50 minutes. We're gonna take this out of the refrigerator. It'll be nice and cool. It'll spread evenly on top of it, and then we'll have our dessert ready. And of course, like I said, you gotta sample it. Fantastic, folks. We'll be right back.
I'm head men's basketball coach Corey Hendrick, and my Salkehatchie is basketball. USC Salkehatchie competes in the National Junior College Athletic Association, Region 10, Division I. This year, we finished our season as the #2 team in the regular season and went on to the region tournament to play in the championship game, finishing the tournament also in second place. At USC Salkehatchie, we look for young men to be part of our basketball program who are not only good players, but also good young men. We are serious at Salk about academics and involvement in the community of our players. What you do in the classroom and the campus in great community is just as important as on the court. Our goal for our players is not only to win for USC Salkehatchie and complete your associate's degree with us, then move on to a 4-year school to both complete your bachelor's degree and continue to play basketball. Our efforts while you're here are to help you meet all those goals. On game night, we get our gym rocking with great, fast, exciting play and enthusiastic crowds in the stands. On our Allendale campus, we have baseball, softball, men's and women's soccer. Same goals for you as a player. Come be a part of the excitement next season. Come be a part of my Salkehatchie basketball.
Taking this out of the oven. It's been about an hour, and we've put it on a cooling rack so that it cools from the bottom as well as from the top. All we're gonna do now is take your regular cookie sheet, put it over the top, and flip it. The wax paper or parchment paper will let it come out. The great thing about it is, yeah, this is coming out perfect. Okay, we're gonna let that sit right there. Okay, sometimes if it comes out and it starts to break up, it doesn't matter. Just take your spatula, pat it back in the condition you want it or the shape. You're gonna cover it with icing anyway, so nobody will ever know the difference. Okay, we're gonna let this cool for about another 30 minutes. You can still feel the heat radiating off of it. You can also smell it. It is fantastic. Between the pecans and the sugar and the eggs and the cream and everything else, I'm telling you what, this is just wonderful. It's one of my favorite desserts. But we're gonna let this cool for about another 30 minutes. We're gonna come back, put the icing on it, serve it up, and just chow down. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Uncle Miles Crosby with I-93.7, and I hope you'll join me weekday mornings from 6 until 10 every Monday through Friday, featuring The Swap Shop, where Greg and Beth join me from 8 until 9 to help you sell, buy, or swap something. 782-9254 is the number if you'd like to be a part of The Swap Shop. We'd love to hear from you. Keep that same number handy as we go at 9 o'clock into the All Request Brunch. If you got something you want to hear, we'll serve it up on the menu from 9 until 10. 782-9254. When it comes to sports, we got your sports action. Local high school football every Friday night during the season. Greg Pryor and the boys bringing you that action. And of course, Clemson football, some of the best college football right here at I-93.7. And when it comes to racing, we've got your NASCAR action. All this and more. Once again at I-93.7, and of course the best of the 90s, 2K and today at I-93.7, the Low Country's hot hits. I hope you'll join us every weekday morning from 6 until 10.
Hi, My name is Barb Mays, Business Development and Sales with WALI 93.7. You know, here at WALI, we have a variety of different packages to accommodate any business. Some of our sport packages, NASCAR, Clemson football and basketball, local football with the Cougars, and a variety of other different packages for any budget here in Colleton County. For more information, please contact me, 843-908-3668. Again, 843-908-3668.
Everything's cooled off. We've taken this out. We did put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes just so it would accelerate it, and plus it lets it solidify a little bit. We have our icing that again has spent a little time in the freezer, not the freezer, the refrigerator. And as I told you, I went ahead, instead of using 3/4 of the container of Cool Whip, I used the whole thing. I hate running out of icing. And it's not going to go bad because somebody will eat it. Okay. I am not the world's best icing person. It's not that I have a thing against icing. I'm just not that good at it. Probably needs more practice. This stuff here is so easy to spread because basically all it is, I mean, y'all saw me make it. It's whipped cream, cream cheese, and sugar. And the fact that it has been sitting in my refrigerator for 30 minutes without me eating it is saying a great deal because it really tastes good. Okay, we'll work around the corners here. Spread it on nice and thick. I'll show you my only trick about decorating here in a second. Well, okay, a minute, because we got to get all this on here first. This is something great too, is during the fall when you're doing this, you can put all this together and then just let it sit in the refrigerator and get all nice and rigid, and it'll be perfect. And you don't have, you come back and work on it in stages. Okay. All right. Come on. There we go. All right. And we're just about done. Okay. All the corners are done. Nice and smooth. Now, if you've got the inclination, you want to make it look pretty, just do that. You can make little circles. If you feel really confident, you can put it in a extruder, if you will, or a decorating bag, and just squirt it on there in dollops. I think it's called piping, and it makes it look a little better. But see, as soon as I try and do something special, it messes up. Okay. That way it's all nice and fluffy. Okay. We'll return that to the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, or if you want to sit it in there, if you're making this in the morning, then you can put it in at night, or serve it at night, it's even better. Just let it sit in the refrigerator all day. We'll come back and cut it in just a minute.
I'm Ann Carmichael, Dean of the University of South Carolina, Salkehatchie campus, and my Salkehatchie is about community. The mission of USC Salkehatchie is to provide USC quality educational opportunities to our citizens and be a vibrant, active part of the community. Over the years, our institution has developed solutions to our needs, such as addressing the nursing shortage and teaching shortage by providing USC four-year degrees right here at home so that our graduates may remain in the area to live and work. USC Salkehatchie is also serving our community through our Leadership Institute, providing adult leadership classes for professionals with strong leadership potential and junior leadership programs for our next generation. USC Salkehatchie is working hand in hand with the City of Walterboro and Colleton County to promote our university campus as a strong asset to the people who are considering making Walterboro or Colleton County their home. There's just something special about being a college town. So my Salkehatchie is about serving our wonderful community that I am proud to call home.
I'm Jane Brewer, USC Salkehatchie's Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Director of the Walterboro campus. Our goal at USC Salkehatchie is to provide all of our students a University of South Carolina quality education. Whether you stay with us for 2 years to earn your associate's degree and then move on to another 4-year college to finish your degree, or whether you decide to stay with us and earn a Palmetto College online 4-year degree program, we want to be sure you get an excellent quality education. Students who finish high school with a 3.0 GPA or better get Life Scholarship, which pays about 95% of their tuition here. And there are many other financial aid and scholarship packages available to help students. We want to make your education cost-effective for you. The credits you earn here are University of South Carolina credits that transfer anywhere, and the professors are University of South Carolina professors approved by the departments in Columbia. But with the advantage, you actually get to know those professors one-on-one, work on research projects with them, and enjoy your time with them. USC Salkehatchie is right here in your backyard. Come be a student with us. Come be a part of my USC Salkehatchie.
I'm head men's basketball coach Corey Hendrick, and my Salkehatchie is basketball. USC Salkehatchie competes in the National Junior College Athletic Association, Region 10, Division I. This year, we finished our season as the #2 team in the regular season and went on to the region tournament to play in the championship game, finishing the tournament also in second place. At USC Salkehatchie, we look for young men to be part of our basketball program who are not only good players, but also good young men. We are serious at Salk about academics and involvement in the community of our players. What you do in the classroom and the campus in great community is just as important as on the court. Our goal for our players is not only to win for USC Salkehatchie and complete your associate's degree with us, then move on to a 4-year school to both complete your bachelor's degree and continue to play basketball. Our efforts while you're here are to help you meet all those goals. On game night, we get our gym rocking with great, fast, exciting play and enthusiastic crowds in the stands. On our Allendale campus, we have baseball, softball, men's and women's soccer. Same goals for you as a player. Come be a part of the excitement next season. Come be a part of my Salkehatchie basketball.
Welcome back to Cooking with PRTC. Today's dessert is a pumpkin crunch. Pumpkin, eggs, sugar, yellow cake mix, butter, and pecans. Let it bake it, cool it, invert it, and then cover it with cream cheese and whipped cream icing. And we topped Daniel's with pecans, but somebody doesn't like pecans, so we didn't put any on hers. Ladies and gentlemen, Sydney Johns and Daniel Northcutt, and they're going to be our samplers today. Y'all dig in. Tell me what you think. Sydney, again, you're probably going to have this again at Thanksgiving.
That's real good.
Thank you.
Tastes good.
I'm glad you like it. It's good. It's a good seasonal thing with fall coming up. We've got Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Got a bunch of people coming over. You can feed 25 people dessert with this. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Cooking with PRTC.